today. You acting like a damn bitch.
Yeah.
I wasn't live yet, because I hope not.
I look good. Let me know when we go live.
It's gonna pop up at any time.
Okay. Yeah.
So this is attempt 30, I swear. But finally, I got the screen shared. I got the audio right. I got the video right, and I'm sitting here in the shoebox quarantining from COVID-19. But hey, it's the big motherfucking baby. Ooh, that was terrible, and I'm back. And I've been talking way too much and not podding. I keep forgetting to push the button.
So you didn't get that just now?
What's the guy?
I got it recorded, but it was fucked up for the video for YouTube for later. Yeah, so I didn't get you a little, But look, man, I got special guests here with me today. I'm not by myself. I got one in-person guest who you won't see on the camera because he over here playing Madden. I got my nigga Rue.
Ruzel.
He ain't gonna say nothing. All right, whatever. Fuck you too, then, nigga. And then I got my guy from Cartersville, Todd Dean. He's joining me on the podcast today.
I'm going by Dino Spumoni today.
Are you Dino Spumoni?
Yeah.
All right, Dino Spumoni. Just don't fake your death. Yeah, that's the only reason I remembered it. When's the last time you watched Hey Arnold?
It's been years.
Man, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you something. Arnold's morality is sickening.
At that age, it is. Yeah.
Did you get a notification that I was live?
Yeah, I'm. It's right here on my.
Okay, just making sure.
Good.
Man, look.
2 people watching.
My confidence is messed up right now because I done messed up so many times getting the thing started. Them probably got on folks' nerves because I'm acting like them people who be live and they just be planning their hair like this, but they don't be talking.
Yeah.
The
Like half the people that's quarantining making live these days.
Yeah, I'm really tired of that. Like every time I get on Instagram, the Shade Room done posted somebody that I'm supposed to know on live with a split screen talking about God knows what. Like what is it? Young Chop was talking about who gangster and who ain't. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care about all this shit.
What was it? Nick Wright was doing his radio piece, his radio show, and he had his wife recording him on his Instagram live, and I was watching that. And the stuff that I saw in the comments was absolutely surprising to me because I rarely watch lives, right? Like, if a woman is going live, I may watch it just to see what I can see, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I really haven't been, I really don't watch lives. And then I just happen to tune into this because he's not on, he hadn't been on First Things First. And I'm like, well, I want to hear what Nick Wright got to say. But people are down in the comments, like, having, like, the weirdest conversations. You got people, like, arguing, LeBron's the GOAT, MJ's the GOAT, Kobe's the GOAT. It's like, fam, you on somebody's live comments having a conversation? But the worst part was the fanboys. Like, oh yeah, Nick's always right. Nick, you're freaking great. Nick, I love you. I love LeBron. It's like, bro, you a grown ass man in another man's comments telling them how much you like him. Maybe I'm old school, but that shit kind of weird.
No, that's annoying, but I have a new appreciation for live, like the whole DJ, Questlove, all them cats, they've been going live, all the live music that we've been getting for free, the Badu concert. That portion of it is cool, but most of it is just annoying at this point. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of being quarantined. But I take the good with the bad here. Who watching?
I don't know.
See who watching?
I'm not paying attention. I'm talking.
Oh, okay.
If I get caught up in the who's watching, I don't stay on topic.
Gotcha.
This is a organized production over here,
Absolutely.
ran by Stan. You get it. Yeah, you get it. There only a couple of niggas that get that one. But
We get it. Man, Martin, Stanford.
I know you. I'm not talking about y'all.
Oh, okay.
I got a listening base that is probably upset with me and is dwindling by the week because I'm not giving them material. But goddamn it, I'm back. It's gonna be one of them pods full of cussing.
Mm-hmm. Let me get mine out right now.
No, man, we are professional adults here. Now, we would not use the language of the heathens on this platform.
My grandmama made a Facebook this week. She don't need to see me on live.
I did see your grandmama made a Facebook, and she popped in my people you may know, and I'm like, I'm not adding none of my friends' grandmamas on Facebook. This is not happening.
I didn't expect you to, dog.
But I just think this quarantine, this COVID, it's punishment. That's all it is. It's God's punishment on us because people ain't right. People acting up. Even you look at the responses to this, right? And again, I'm telling you what the media's telling me. I ain't telling you what's actually happening. Why are we seeing more players donating their $1 million resources to help people than owners and their $1 billion resources to help people, right? And I think this is why we have bad things happen on somewhat of a regular cycle in the world. I think it's a punishment. It's something to open our eyes to be like, oh shit, man, like there's more to life than just getting all the money you can and getting over on people to get to your goals. There is something in helping people out and taking care of those who need it. And when you don't have those type of events hit you in the face, I don't think you think about it. Us as regular people, we see bad stuff happen on a regular basis. We see people struggling, going through stuff on a regular basis, and we may experience it ourselves. But a billionaire, what problem does a billionaire really have? But now when you see a sickness that is affecting travel, the travel industry, sports, music, like the stock market, everything is at almost a damn near standstill except for grocery stores. Produce is killing right now. I'm sure condoms are going off the racks. Beer.
Yeah.
I assume the states that have legal marijuana, they selling out. Because you got people sitting at home doing nothing.
Right.
But this one, it's wild because it's affected so much at a level that we've never seen before. I just think it's punishment.
I agree. I had a similar conversation last night. And, yeah, God is definitely putting us on punishment to open our eyes. And I don't want to get too spiritual, but we...
Don't say spiritual. Don't say spiritual. Say what it is, because it's the difference between you being spiritual and you speaking, talking as a Christian and spreading the gospel.
Speaking in tongues.
Right.
No, ain't nobody speaking in tongues, bro.
Look, but all I'm saying is we can't keep taking God out of things and expect for stuff like this not to happen. You know what I mean? There's no way that the human being, God is not pleased with the human being right now. So,
so you going out and saying that
the world
God
shifted, huh?
God is upset with mankind. And this is why we're going through this.
Yeah.
So what if I told you it's just because of animals being too closely packed together and they shouldn't be, and that just getting spread around the world because we live in an international world, and I said it ain't got nothing to do with God, what would your response to that be?
I would tell you, first of all, that's some bullshit. Things like this just don't happen for no reason. It's a sign from God letting us know that we need to tighten up.
So we DMX right now.
Huh? Say it again?
So we DMX right now, looking for a sign from above, and the sign that we got was COVID-19.
We looking. He already gave it to us. But I feel you, X.
My kid don't come on my live cursing. We don't use that type of language on here, you motherfucker.
What she say?
She said, "Hell, y'all talking about now? What I'm curious to see with this whole COVID-19. I did see somebody say that hot girl summer caused this. I guess they done burned everybody, so now the world is on fire because of the hot girls. I won't give them that much credit because they ain't did shit.
Man.
Damn, is that Brandon Jacobs? Josh Jacobs. Ooh. But no, so I'm curious to see because this COVID right now, this what we going through is gonna take us in the spring. Spring breaks getting canceled everywhere but Florida. And what are the summer bodies gonna look like? Are we gonna lose sundress season because of COVID-19? Because that's where my problem gonna come in. I can't lose sundress season and swimsuit season because y'all been in the house on quarantine, not taking care of your bodies.
No, the ones that want to keep their body tight, they gonna do that. The ones that's gonna fall off, they gonna fall off. Either way, we gonna get that season though.
Are we gonna be quarantined during sundress season? Because I do not want to be quarantined during sundress season. Not be able to see them sundresses.
Man, quarantine or not, some sundresses I ain't leaving alone.
Ew. Cause I mean we
TMI guys, TMI. Sorry.
TMI.
Get to talk like that.
Nah, it's NS. Was it NSFW?
Yeah.
Well, not safe for work or some shit like that. I don't know. I don't. But nah, I'm tired of this quarantine. I need to go to the bar. I need to be around people that I don't want to talk to.
I need a haircut, and I can't get no haircut, and I ain't having nobody come to my house because they're gonna charge a little extra. So I'm gonna thug it out for this week.
Man, look, I can think of multiple barbers that you could go to right now who cut your hair.
Excuse me, I'm pulling up.
Will you do me a favor? I got a bill right there in the door. Should be right there in the door. A little something. And let me see, and that bottle opener right there. It's on the refrigerator. It's the pirate. I thank you, sir. I don't want to inconvenience you. But yeah, I can't lose out on sundress season. I want to go to the bar and not talk to anybody. I want to go get turned down by somebody cute. I want to get back to living my normal life because this I don't deserve the punishment of the rest of the world. I've been living right. Don't quarantine me. Quarantine them. I didn't do this.
Alright.
I saw you was doing one of them challenges. What challenge I see you doing with your family that I can laugh at?
I don't know, but which one we doing? Baby girl, give me some. That little, yeah, that shit. I like a few of them though. I ain't gonna lie. People being creative, I dig that.
See, you still want to be young. You want to get out here and TikTok and Okie Doke and all of that, man. Look, man, we sit around and just talk. I ain't gonna be out here doing all this.
Man, I'm so just talking, but in times like this, and you limited on who you can talk to, like you just said, we ain't got no bars to go to. That's where most of my human interaction come from. You know what I mean? That I enjoy. Of course, I go to work. I be in meetings You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
you be in a lot of meetings.
Socially, I'm a bar guy. I'm a restaurant guy. I like to go sit down and talk to random people and over drinks.
It's crazy how much I don't like talking to people. How much I love going to the bar and not talking to people, but enjoy being around people. I just don't want to talk to them. But I think we're gonna stop hugging people and handshaking long term, and I think I can get with that one. Well, especially the hugging.
Yeah.
Cause I don't want you to touch me. I don't know where you've been. You might have germs.
Nah, I was big on that before all this. You don't need to touch me. You know, fist bump, all that. I don't believe in shaking everybody's hand.
Let's see. We got any serious content to get to? Cause I don't want to just bore people.
We got things to talk about.
So you've been working from home. I haven't been working from home personally. I've been on spring break. I start working from home on Monday. How do you feel like most of the shit you've been doing at home you could have been doing at home and it wouldn't matter? You wouldn't have to go in?
Yeah. Yeah, I could have been working from home all year, but I mean, it's better to be in the office setting. I get lazy at home, or I get distracted.
So it's a you thing. You need to go to the office to get focused.
Yes. I came in today. Hey, reason, and plus just to get out the house, but yeah.
Your boss don't. Your boss ain't watching this shit. You ain't getting no brownie points for going in the office today.
You say I don't.
Your boss, he ain't watching. He ain't gonna know you was in the office on a Saturday.
He ain't got the book no more. But yeah, I had to, dog. I be needing that fresh air. But I'm adjusting. I'm adjusting to this.
I'm afraid of what the adjustment does, and I talked about it 2 weeks ago. Last time I potted, when I told you I ain't scared of Corona, because I still ain't scared of Corona. About how I thought this was gonna force us into social isolation. Because I've been on my couch, isolated, comfortable. Like the person I've been around, we've had conversations. Because motherfucker, you sitting there, you talk to somebody. But I've gotten more and more comfortable being alone, and I think that the longer this lasts, people are gonna become more and more comfortable being alone, and it's gonna push us away from people as a society. And I'm afraid of where that's gonna take us.
I ain't really looked at it like that. If anything, I've talked to more of my friends, people that I haven't talked to in a long time. Just sometimes out of boredom, or you see them doing something that they usually don't do. You know what I mean? Like a TikTok, and that starts the conversation. So I've been talking to more people. I'm isolated, but I'm having way more interaction with people than I usually do.
That's good to hear. I'm definitely happy to hear that, because that lets me know that the world's gonna be okay. Because the thing that I fear most about the social isolation is that there are younger people who already have terrible social skills, and they begin to develop worse and worse social skills, and we lose the ability to be social. That's one of my biggest fears, with the cell phone and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Just people's social skills are falling off, and I don't want too many of these norms during this time to remain and become the new social norms.
Gotcha.
Because as much as I don't like talking to people, I became this way by talking to people, not because it's just bro, I don't care what you got to say.
I'm with you.
Oh my goodness. What else we got on here, man? So, I was watching been watching Sons of Anarchy during this time I've been locked down. And when we watch some of the
show.
Huh?
I said that racist ass show.
And
it's good though. It's good. I ain't gonna lie, it's good.
But some of the most racist shit in the show ain't even like the stuff that happens, like them using a racial slur towards a group of people.
Right.
The racist stuff is some of the cultural stuff that they try to write in, especially for black people, in the show, where it shows you that writing room has no black people, that producer staff has no black people, and the actors and actresses who are playing these people are people who are happy to have a job and are taking what the show is giving them to fill in, because just some of the shit that they be saying, you be like, bro, black people don't say that. That's some shit that white people think that black people say.
Basically, yeah.
But that took me to another topic, and it's like, don't tell me you're not racist. Because if you tell me that you're not racist, I'm just going to assume that you're a goddamn racist.
Right.
Because it's on your mind. It's like, oh, yeah, I have a black friend. Okay. The fuck you want me to do? Give you a high five, motherfucker? You got a black friend? I got a white friend. I got a Mexican friend. I got an Indian friend. I got an Asian friend.
Right.
Shit, I got a Chinese friend. No discrimination over here.
If you gotta explain to me why you're not racist, in my eyes, you may not want to be racist, but you are, and to some extent. And I know we all have our prejudice. We all have our prejudice, which is understandable.
Speak for yourself. I have absolutely no. Now you speak for yourself. I don't have any prejudices. I am 100% prejudice free.
Oh, okay. All right. I know you. But I hear you.
I'm not gonna get canceled again. I got canceled one time. I'm not getting canceled no more. So I love everybody exactly the same.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, as long as people trying to work through that shit, I understand. Like, you can't help how you was raised. You can't help your culture, what's being taught in that culture. You know what I mean? So, just work on yourself, people. Fuck it.
I think a lot of people are racist and they don't know that they're racist. But then on the other end of the spectrum, I think we care too much about people being racist, and we don't worry about shit that actually matters. Like,
right.
You can dislike me for many, many reasons. My gender, the way I look, the way I act, the way I speak, my race, the organization I work for. You can dislike me for all these different reasons. And 9 times out of 10, if it has nothing to do with my character, it's fucking stupid. But we choose to make hating somebody for race the worst thing that they can hate you for. It's like, no, you just don't like me because of my race. That's a problem. But if you're not harming me because you're racist, if you're not stopping my opportunity to advance because you're racist,
right.
I don't really care if you're racist. I'd much rather know that you're racist and not think that you're not. Just let me know. Oh, I don't like black. I don't like colors. Cool. That's fine.
Right.
Yeah, like
that's understood. We'll keep it moving.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ain't nobody out here just looking for who's racist. You know what I mean?
I disagree. I think there are a lot of people looking for who's racist, because I hop on social media, especially now because I'm bored out of my mind, and it's motherfuckers saying the coronavirus is something that's racially driven and attack. It's like, bruh, y'all be coming up with the craziest conspiracy theories, or they had to change the name of coronavirus to COVID-19 to make it less this and this, and we can't call it the Chinese coronavirus because that's insensitive to the Chinese. Now, if it came from Africa, we would never change the Africa part of it because we have to make sure we demonize Africa. I'm just like, really? You think motherfuckers care that much?
Yeah, it ain't that deep. But I know those same people. And they fishing for something. The thing is, bro.
Well, they need to fish in some water instead of on land, because if you cast a worm out into the dirt, you ain't gonna get shit. You gotta throw it in water. You gotta play in the right pool.
Right.
You don't get a bucket for shooting on the side goal.
I think You know, one thing about our generation is we always like we fishing for something that's not really there, and with when it comes to race, it's always like if I'm pro black, I can't just be that. Like you can't respect that. If make people feel like they gotta be pro white or like that person is racist. So you fish out for those things, and instead of just being you.
Yeah, I can be pro black and not be anti white, and somebody can be pro white and not be anti black. But that's another conversation I'm not gonna have with a black person, because then they'll just say, "Oh, well, yeah, you know." Because white person might say you
No,
can't
no,
be
no.
pro
But I'm just
white and not
saying,
be anti black. But I disagree.
yeah. But I'm just saying that's one thing we constantly doing, and I don't really get it. I don't really get it. Who
Did you?
watching this?
You know
BD,
who?
Bradley. That's Gennaro, Chris Collins. Why ain't saying Chris
See, that's why
Collins?
you can't watch who watches, because it distracts you from talking.
Oh, okay. My bad. I'm just
Did you
giving
did
these folks a
you
little shout out.
did you
DM watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, shout out to
Hey,
everybody watching. I appreciate y'all. But again, we're not here. We're here to entertain them. We're not here to talk to them. If they want to have a conversation, DMs. Phone number ain't changed.
you know, I had to shout out somebody. You know, can I
Did,
make one more shout out? I got to shout out the staff at Popeyes for never having exactly what I want, but always giving me the free shit. You know what I mean? Like today, let me tell you. Today, went got a little 3-piece. All right, little 3-piece. They didn't have no wings. All right, they didn't have no wings, so they gave me an extra piece of chicken and an apple pie. Perfect. We good. Appreciate y'all niggas at Popeye.
you know, you often go there. They never have what you want. I feel like you got some inside knowledge on what Popeye stock levels be, just so you can get whatever the hell you want.
All right. Because I damn sure appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it.
Oh, you never want to have a serious conversation while you're potting. Um, what the fuck are we talking about? Racist. Oh, you tweeted some shit, retweeted some shit the other day. I think you retweeted it about the woman and the fast money, and I want a 9 to 5 nigga.
Yeah, that was stupid. That was stupid. She need a she need a mentor. Because that's the dumbest shit I done heard in a long time.
The wild part about it is that she doesn't even know what these fast money niggas be making. So what appears to be a lot of money may be a lot of money, but they may not have as many bills as the average person does. So where you think this money is so long, it's like it's not that long. They're just not
Right.
putting out a lot of shit. They're not paying a lot of shit, which is good on them. So they can stretch their dollar further. But she's dumb. Like, she wouldn't take somebody who works a 9 to 5 making 200 stacks a year. Oh no, I need me somebody making that fast money, somebody in entertainment, which lets me know that people care more about having clout than what it actually gets you.
Right.
The bitch would rather be with a nigga who's famous than with a nigga who has money. And I get that there is something that comes with fame. I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to be famous. Like, I would much rather be famous than be wealthy. Like, sorry. Like, I personally would. Like,
Okay.
but I don't like. That's another thing. But
But you're a big personality guy, so I can see that.
yeah, and fame can still make you enough money to be good if you handle it right. I don't
Right.
care to be rich as fuck and nobody know who the fuck I am, because at that point, I feel like your life barely mattered. Like, what did you do to inspire people, influence people to be great? But at the same time, like, I don't think I want to be famous for the sake of, like, people knowing me. Like, the actual fame, because I don't like people. It's more about the doors that it opens and the opportunities that you get and the rooms you get to be in because of a certain level of status.
Right. I'm with you.
But bitches just be wanting, golly, gotta get away from that. But people just be wanting 100,000 followers or 2 million followers just so they can say they got, oh shit, I'm verified. Okay, what are you doing with your verification?
No, but I don't know who that chick was. I don't know if she famous or
Nah, she from
what
Chicago.
She what?
She from Chicago.
Oh,
She feeds into every Chicago. She
That about the
feeds
shot, I love
into
shot.
every Chicago stereotype that people from Chicago are actually trying to get away from, and that's the sad part about it.
Right.
And she even said, "I don't know if I'm from Chicago, but I need a fast money nigga. He ain't even gotta be a dope boy or a scammer."
Right. I mean, just understand you got to deal with the consequences of that lifestyle too. So your ass get caught. You don't want to hear no shit about, I wasn't involved. You signed up for it. So, I mean, it was just dumb. It was just dumb.
Dumb.
But I feel like it's fucking, like, kids is going to see that and be like, oh, yeah. You know what I mean?
I blame Meg Thee Stallion and the City Girls. I don't blame Sweetie because I like Sweetie. I got a crush on her. Her and Janae, I got big crushes on them. So I'll never blame them for anything that they do to poison females' brains.
Sweet tea.
Speaking of all these,
Hey,
what's up?
one of them chicks, it might have been Sweetie. They shot a video at Lake Point. Might have been.
I remember that it was somebody else though. I forgot who it was. I don't think it was Sweetie. Y'all should have been
I'm out
there.
of touch.
Yeah,
I'm
you
out
are
of
out of
touch.
touch. You listen to Uzi album?
A little bit. I've been listening to Gambino. I've been listening to
Quake Gambino?
no, Childish Gambino, but shout out to Quake. I think today's his birthday. Damn, what else I've been listening to? Oh, Jay Electronica shit. It Rise.
How do you feel about Jay Electronica's album?
It's good.
How do you feel about Jay Electronica's contribution to Jay Electronica's album?
Jay-Z's?
No, Jay Electronica. I don't care about Jay-Z. Like, I love Jay-Z. He's great. Jay Elect just dropped his first album, but it's a duet album with Jay-Z.
Right. I mean, I feel like he's a solid rapper. After all this time, I don't know how long we've been waiting. Almost a decade.
That's how long y'all been waiting. I ain't been waiting that long because I wasn't waiting for that shit.
I mean, I wasn't neither for real after a year or so, but this was his detox. I know we still ain't got Dre's detox, but that's what this is for him. I don't really think it was worth the wait. Jay-Z really got off. He did a lot. It was some shit he was dope on, but I heard so much music over the years that was better, and this shit was not worth the wait.
This is not a music podcast by no means, but I listen to music. And I was telling some people, I'm like, hey, I like the lyrics, but I don't like the songs.
Right.
I think he's lyrically gifted, but his song making ability is eh. And I just think he's gotten so much respect as a great MC, which I was never a fan of. I'm like, I don't care how well you can rap. Every now and then, like, put out songs, put out projects. Like, let me say, oh yeah, you were fire. Oh, you done fell off, but oh, you got it back. Or oh, you never got it back. Let me actually appreciate your work. So, I listened to the album. I gave it 2 solid listens, and at this point, like, I just like listen to some songs off of it if they pop up on a playlist. But for a debut album, it kind of turned me off because it's not him. Like, oh, we got some surprise Hove. And like, I heard that Hove may be on the album a couple weeks before it came out. But again, it's like, oh, we got 10 songs with Jay-Z on them.
Yeah.
I care more about that than Jay Electronica's first album.
Right. And that's the only reason I'm still listening to it, because Hov got off.
That's
But
what
yeah,
Hope
man, I
gonna
mean,
do.
he need to try again. I wouldn't have named that my first album. I wouldn't put my name out there solely as this is my first album with Jay-Z on so many songs.
Well, he was just getting that power push. Are you one of those people who puts him as a top god level MC?
No. God, no. Body of work matters. Body of work matters. So, if like this is the only project I don't even remember a song he made outside of the shit we just heard this year. So, I can't.
He was on Control, but I always skip that verse.
Control.
Yeah. Control.
Not that Control, niggas.
But yeah, I ain't. No, he's not in my top 10.
Oh, I wouldn't put him in the top nothing. You can't be in the top with only one album. That includes you too, Lauryn Hill. I don't count Unplugged. All y'all talking about Lauryn Hill, greatest female MC. She got one solo album. Get out of here, Lauryn. You can't be a GOAT with one album.
That's fair. That's fair. You can't do it with one album. Unplugged was fire.
You can be good as shit at something, but I can't say you elite or you great or you a GOAT because you had one good album. If a nigga just have one good season, make the All-Star, make All-NBA, we ain't gonna say he go to the Hall of Fame just because of one good season. I need some consistency.
No, I'm with you.
That don't impress me much.
That's a tough conversation.
It's a conversation I love having. If you're gonna put somebody at the top of anything, sports, MCing, rapping, dance, drama, talking, writing, speaking, anything, you got to do it regularly. You got to. I need to see your work. That's what I see. I need to see your work.
No, I feel you. Shit, we talk about her first album, and it is one of the best albums.
Best highlight tape ever.
Huh?
Lauryn Hill first album. Best highlight tape ever. That's all it is, a highlight tape.
She was with the
Yeah, but she didn't write. You know what I mean? She didn't write all of it.
Well, yeah, she got off with the Fugees. This shit was dope. What's the name of the album that I should know?
If you throw that shit in there, yeah.
But that's not her album. She bodied it. It was her. She was great on there, but it wasn't her album. Sorry. What? 2 bodies of work. We gonna just fall in love with somebody off 2 bodies of work. Y'all can. I'm not.
I feel you.
Those are the same niggas who want to say LeBron James the best basketball player ever because they're gonna say this and that. Look, man, look. The body of work matters. The nigga been great since year 3. When he was good as hell when he came in the league. He wasn't great yet. By year 3, he's great.
He's still the best fucking player to come out of high school at that age.
Well, yeah, he was the best player to ever come out of high school. He probably was right. When not try 03. I mean, if you think about it though, them sorry ass niggas that he got to the finals in 07 back when Kobe was fucking sinking and getting kicked out the first round. Yeah. But damn, I don't want to talk about Kobe because it ain't the same no more. I know because it's a natural thing. I'm just saying it just don't it ain't fun no more because it can't. I grew up I love Kobe, but I used to trash him for a strong point in my life. So no, I don't feel bad for it. It just don't hit the same no more because my opinions on Kobe changed before, in like 2017, 16, 17. Fuck Michael Jordan.
Oh shit!
Oh shit! Let me do this. Hey, so this is a topic that I really care about. Probably way more than I should care about. Right? But it's the difference between the bitches or the hoes, and women. And it's a conversation I'm happy I have you here. I don't know if you're comfortable having this conversation because, again, you're a public figure and you refer to women by their names. You give them the utmost respect. These are my words, not Todd's.
Yeah.
But, well, I guess I want to talk about this because a lot of the shit that I be talking be about just the bitches, for lack of better words. What's a better word I can use? I don't want to call them that because that's demeaning.
Harlots.
The harlots, yeah, the harlots, yeah, we'll call them harlots.
Yeah.
Not literal harlots. No, we're not paying for play out here. No. This is not the NFL. This is the NCAA. We run a clean program around here.
That's right.
But I just think people need to know that there's levels to it and there's layers to it, right? So, like, if you post some shit and it's like, oh, these bitches stupid, or what I do, BBS bitches be stupid, that don't apply to every fucking woman. That just applies to the one in that little circle of stupid.
Great.
And I guess I just, I'm always thinking about how I can clean up my image at times,
Ow!
What is he doing?
He hit his funny bone. He hit his funny bone. But I just be like, you know what? I don't want people to think that I hate women. Because I love them. Or that I think that women are inferior because they're not.
I feel, I mean, bitches is more so an attitude. And hoes,
Yes, there we go. It's an attitude.
Like, in my day, you know what I mean? I don't do this shit no more, but if I would call you a bitch, it's due to your attitude. Hoes, of course, if somebody call you a hoe, that's a label that you've earned.
Lifestyle.
Lifestyle. I ain't gonna lie, I've been a hoe, and that shit works both ways.
And there's nothing wrong with being a hoe. That's the thing.
At all. But both titles are something that your lifestyle, your personality, that you've earned. And that may change, but yeah.
I'm gonna be so hypocritical here. I'm gonna tell you this right here. Let me tell you how hypocritical I am. If I say it to your face, it's personal, right? It means you feel that way. You've done something to make me feel that way. You probably pissed me off because I'm just not gonna call you out your name for no reason. Who do you think I am? It's crazy. But if I'm just speaking in general in a room full of men, barbershop, chilling on the couch, locker room, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's up in the air.
But there's no disrespect. But the thing is, there are women in my life, women who exist who I would never refer to as the hoes or the bitches because they aren't that. And what has to be understood is, by people who try to box us in, because as a masculine man, I think that sometimes we are marginalized and people want to box us in for our strong manly takes. They want to call it toxic masculinity. And I ain't talking about that Weinstein, Cosby toxic masculinity, because that is what is truly toxic masculinity. That shit is disgusting and gross.
Yeah, that's fatal shit.
I more so subscribe to the teachings of the great legend, the GOAT Future.
Okay.
Well, that too. but that level of toxic masculinity puts women on tiers. And again, it's not because they're women. It's because they're people in your life and everybody is racked and stacked into the level of importance to you. Right?
Absolutely.
So, like, when I say woman, you know what I mean about woman. When I say woman, can I only refer to one woman as woman. Only one woman in my life can be woman, and woman know who she is, right? When she exists.
Shout out. That's my dog. I'm in your corner forever, ever. All right, that's enough.
Yeah.
That's enough on that shit, yeah.
Absolutely. But I just don't like when people want to say that you're disrespectful to women because you are disrespectful to a group of people that just happen to be women who happen to display a certain behavior that triggers you into being disrespectful.
Absolutely. Okay.
Because it's the behavior. It's the behavior. It's not the actual person. Or excuse me, it's the behavior of the actual person, not the descriptor. It's not, oh, woman equals bitch. No, woman don't equal bitch. Stupid ass woman equals bitch. Smart woman equals woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
All women are women, but when I say woman, I mean my woman. The only y'all gotta understand this, camera. I ain't trying to get canceled for misogynistic behavior, toxic masculinity. We didn't sell them T-shirts or nothing.
Yeah, we got 15.
I'm out of the merch game. It's flooded.
Yeah,
I can't. I don't have the time, the energy, the creativity. Honestly, it's a lot of fucking overhead. If you haven't done it, you got to pay for all your shit up front. You gotta give away T-shirts to get people wearing them because you gotta sell them. It's just a lot of work when you got other stuff going on. When you got a day job and you're trying to run a multi-$1,000 conglomerate over here called Big Baby Productions. You ain't got no merch, man. You can't do it all yourself. I'm only one man.
I feel you.
I'm the CEO and I work in the mailroom. Me and Mouse. Oh shit, bro! How come you let Andrew Gillum go out like that, man?
Andrew Gillum need a therapist. And if he didn't have one before, he don't have one now. I was talking to my homegirl from Florida earlier, and I was like, we're gonna talk about Andrew Gillum today, and I don't really want to put another black man down, but he fucked up. And his political career is over. But you can't get. It was meth in the room. You know what I mean? He talking about he just drunk. It just
Don't look
and when he with a man.
Didn't look like
He's with a man.
He was with a
You know how politicians look on that phone.
Yeah. You just can't. You can't slip like that. And one thing about being a political leader is stuff like that. They would cover up for the right guy.
That's what I'm saying.
For him to go out like that shows that he wasn't really being fucked with like that.
or maybe it's a setup.
Damn, you got Devin Hester.
Or that.
Because I mean, I just think
You've been watching too much Sons of Anarchy.
I just think it's just too much going on here.
Shit.
You got a black man from Florida, with beautiful, loving family, ends up in a room with some methamphetamine, drunk and passed out, with a gay hooker. I just think that's just too much to throw at him for it to be something that's real. Could he really be that damn reckless?
Hell yeah. The thing is, I think they say he knew the man. He knew the man, so
He knew him before he was a male hooker.
I'm guessing.
Can we call male prostitutes hookers and that be okay? Is it okay for us to call male prostitute hookers? Studio audience that ain't here?
Chippendale.
I mean, goddamn, we ain't that sensitive. Hooker, prostitute,
Chippendale.
same shit.
I'm just saying, can we refer, like, when you say hooker, you just assume a woman. Can I call a male prostitute a hooker?
Yeah, shit, you call it. You said male before hooker. So it's cool.
Like, why is this shit bumping already? Like, why is he in the zone?
Cause he fire.
Look at his defensive line.
Bro, this nigga got Mean Joe Green on the D. This nigga Rue playing in my player is or my ultimate team is about to bust his ass. This nigga got Mahomes, Devin Hester, Mean Joe Green, me in rec league and 8 and under.
Oh, shit. We ain't gonna talk about rec sports.
No, we're not gonna talk about rec sports ever. Cause I don't care about rec sports. I don't want to talk about that bullshit. That was fucking 20 years ago.
Yeah. It's fun to talk about sometimes, especially with Rue, because you get to talking about how I used to throw Rue shit.
When did you block my shot, man? Please tell me.
Yeah, when did you block your shot, Dean? Please tell him. I'm interested. I mean, I done blocked the shot before.
Yeah, 8 under.
Oh.
What team was I playing with?
8 under, I blocked this shit.
What team?
He had got a rebound. He trying to go back up, and I threw that shit.
It had to be when I played with the Heat.
Yeah.
Okay.
You was fat there.
He never been fat, nigga.
He ain't never been fat.
I know he ain't never been fat. I'm just talking shit.
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
What was that's when I played with that's when girls was on the team.
Melanie Falkenstein was your coach?
Yeah, she always was my coach in rec league. That's the
Yeah.
only person I played with.
She shouldn't have been nobody coach.
So she let me stop. We don't
Yeah, we are. Yeah, I blocked Rue shot from behind in practice one time in middle school. That shit don't count. Yes, I did. I remember I blocked your shot because you was taller than me.
Nigga just don't be blocking my shot. Now I'm like Kyrie, niggas don't be throwing my shit now.
Bro, it was like the same shit he talking about. Like I dead ass came behind you and just like, oh, I got a
He
piece.
ain't never blocked my shot.
I'm not saying that he did. I'm just saying it was similar. I just came from behind. It wasn't no straight up block. It ain't one I'm proud of.
Bro, I can't even remember scoring for the Heat, to be honest.
Shit.
You was the main one scoring now.
Yeah, okay.
That's
We
when
ain't.
played at the primary school.
Yeah, y'all can talk about this on y'all's own time. We ain't gonna be talking about the goddamn Heat that ain't LeBron on my time. If it ain't got the Heat, it ain't got LeBron and Jimmy Butler. I don't want to hear about it. The fucking Heat.
You been on
Y'all
topic.
motherfuckers are cold.
Shit.
So when are we gonna? How do you feel about the tearing down of the fourth wall?
What?
I have strong feelings about the tearing down of the fourth wall. Okay.
Educate me.
So here's what sparked this, right?
Uh-huh.
SZA posted some shit talking about she done talking to the media, all this other bullshit. She one of them. I get it.
She low-key weird.
Yeah, she's weird.
Yeah.
Music people are weird. If you think about all the people who rapped and sang and was in chorus and cared about it.
Damn, bro.
And cared about it. No, you wasn't in middle school, was you?
I was in chorus in middle school.
What about what about elementary school?
Nah, I didn't do it in elementary school.
Was
but
you-
I did
was
all
you-
4 years in high.
Was you in orchestra?
No, that's elementary school.
But nah, the thing about the musically inclined motherfuckers is they're typically weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird people. So when I see musicians doing weird stuff, it don't shock me. I'm still gonna talk shit about them, like dumbass Summer Walker walking around the airport and fucking and looking stupid, looking like them niggas on Space Jam going in the damn locker room and the form, blotting them.
It is in the rule book.
But anyway, she was talking about how she's done talking to the media and the tearing down of the fourth wall. And the fourth wall is pretty much like it's an old way of thinking that we shouldn't get to know our celebrities because they're stars, they're performers, and we should know them as the stars and performers that they are and not who they truly are, because then it changes how we think about them and how we feel about them. And it may devalue them to us. But
Yeah,
we live in the information age now where there's interviews going on every day. There's podcasts. So we're getting to know our celebrities way more than we've ever gotten to know them before.
right.
And SZA does not want this fourth wall torn down. Or she doesn't want the fourth wall torn down, which is the gap between the common folk and celebrities.
This is in this day and age. This is kind of like everybody. Nigga, I do interviews, and I'm no celebrity. We just getting to know people better, and I think that's the way it should be. As far as we need to know who the celebrities truly are. That's the reason we've caught R. Kelly and Weinstein and all these people for that reason. Not and for good reasons too. I mean, you got people like R.I.P. but Nip, great interview, very wise, and somebody else you can learn from them. But if we can't get that from you, then okay, I get it. It ain't gonna be for everybody. It really ain't for SZA. You know what I mean? So I understand why she feels the way she does. But some people, I mean, outside of music, they're gifted in other ways. Whether it be, they know how to handle their money or whatever that may be. I mean, we need to hear from these folks. And then you're not gonna sell today if you're not doing that.
So what would you say to the person that's not true because Beyonce gives us very little. She gave us that Netflix thing recently, but before that we knew nothing about Beyonce. She does no interviews. Drake doesn't do interviews. Wayne don't do interviews. Jay don't really do interviews. The best of the best don't do interviews. They don't let us in.
I give you that. Yeah, I give you that.
So you are for us getting to know these people, but what about the people who say that R. Kelly's a great artist and we should not allow our personal feelings of the artist to affect our thoughts of beautiful art? What would you say to that?
Separate it. Shit, that's what I did. I don't agree with anything R. Kelly has done over the years in his personal life. But do I listen to R. Kelly? Yes. Why? Because the music was great and I can separate the artist from the art.
So you're comfortable supporting and streaming R. Kelly's music?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I felt like one of them punk ass reporters trying to box you in, didn't I?
Yeah.
I'm trying to show my range out here. I can ask the hard hitting questions.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm comfortable, dog. I ain't gonna lie. And I feel like most people have to be that way, right? You gotta be that way, especially if you're a music lover. You gotta be able to separate it. So, and if you can't, that's on you. Like I know some y'all not some people just have a little more integrity than I do when it comes to shit like that.
So we do.
I fell in love with the art. I never really loved the artist. You know what I mean?
So we talk about that with celebrities, but what about with the people we deal with on a day-to-day basis? Because I think there's so much that happens in people's personal lives that we don't know. And we probably should know. So at that point, do we keep that same energy if we find out that our boss is a terrible person who may abuse kids? Who may abuse kids or is maybe into some weird, nasty stuff, abuse of men or women, some stuff like that, taking advantage of people. But they're damn good at their job. Do we still look at them the same way as we look at an R. Kelly or a Weinstein or Bill Cosby?
I mean, it depends. I think I think this right here is pretty much for the artist. As far as working for someone that has done um, terrible things. I don't know. Like I feel like that'll catch up with you. But is it my business? Now, if I do find out and I know for a fact that it's true, is that something that I need to let other people know about? Of course. But I don't think it works like that for common folk.
So I think it's different when it comes to artists specifically because they're producing an art. Um,
Right.
but that takes me to a funny thing that I saw. And did you see the clip that resurfaced recently about Cameron talking about how he ain't no snitch and how he won't talk to the police? And even if there was
Yeah.
and even if there were a serial killer living next door to him, he would not let the police know that the serial killer lived there. Did you see that?
Yeah, I seen that.
How do you feel about that?
I think that's crazy. Because you don't want to, if you have information like that, you don't want to put other lives at risk. It's selfish. But the whole not snitching. We don't do this. It's something we don't do. It's crazy. In my eyes, especially if it can save your own life.
So being put in
innocent, you know what I mean?
so being put in a situation like that, you would speak with the authorities.
Can I? Will I?
Yes, you would. Would you?
There you go. You're doing it again. You put me in that box. I don't have no problem with the police.
You had no problem with the police at all.
Oh no, I have problems with the police and the treatment towards my people, but that's a conversation for another time. But as far as calling them, I ain't got no problem calling them at all.
Got me hanging on speed time.
Because if I'm about to call them, I got a good reason to call them, and I know that I'm in the right if I am. But yeah, I mean that's a trait that we got to get rid of though, man. Because
So hear me out. Hear me out. I think that as a race, our inability or our refusal, and not everybody, because people talk to the police. Let's not play crazy here. But the idea of not speaking to authorities, especially when like you're innocent, you're not involved, and you're looking out for your own safety, is just as problematic in the divide of black people and law enforcement as police brutality. And here's why I say that, because the majority of police brutality comes from people carrying out their personal agendas, but a lot of it is because like there's no relationship, right? No relationship at all. You're not gonna beat the shit out of somebody that you know, even if they're wrong. Like if you gotta arrest your best friend because it's your job and you gotta do what you gotta do, you know what I'm saying? Which is fucked up. But hey, look, police, you gotta do your job. That's why I never be a police.
If any of my guys were cops, they wouldn't arrest me. That's facts.
We hope they wouldn't, but you never know. Niggas got jobs. So, but like you've had a conversation with your man, like, hey, bro, it's my job. You either gotta turn yourself in, or I gotta bring you in, bro. Like, they know we hang out. They know what you do. They know I know what you do, even though I don't know what you do. Like, whatever. That's one thing. But you wouldn't beat your friend ass, right? Or even just somebody you knew you grew up with. You're not gonna beat their ass for quote unquote resisting arrest when you're just doing your damn job. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a relationship there, and you care about maintaining that relationship. Like if you got a friend who robs a damn grocery store, not a grocery store, a gas station, you on the call, right? And you just show up and that motherfucker's right there, and you come in. He gets it. You know what I'm saying? He knows you're doing your job. You didn't know that he was there robbing the Texaco, and you just happened to be right there. But more importantly, you're not going to kick his ass because you know him. You're going to put him in cuffs, throw him in the car, keep it moving. And then we're going to figure out what the problem is and how do we correct this problem throughout the judicial system. That conversation for another day.
Right.
But refusing to speak to the police doesn't help in creating a relationship. And I'm not saying that the action in itself is on the same level as police brutality, because it's not. But I think the effects are the same. Because it's like if you are refusing to talk to the police about some stuff that's possibly putting you in danger, that's out of your control. Like it ain't like you a dope dealer and you gonna tell on a dope dealer from across the town because he taking your money. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
But if you're not gonna talk to the damn officials, the authorities, when it can actually help you, why the hell do they want to build a relationship with you if you saying fuck them? Again, not licensed to whoop somebody's ass or kill them, but I think it contributes to the divide just as much as the history does.
Right.
Maybe I'm
That
wrong
mentality.
in trying to hold
doesn't
black people
help.
accountable.
I agree. Having that mentality does not help. But I mean, it's something for both sides to work on, because you would like for your police force to want to establish those relationships too.
And actually
In those type of
protect and
communities.
serve. Protect the normal people from bad shit.
Man, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really care what happens to the criminals because I'm not one of them. And not because I'm not one, but when you out here living a criminal life, you doing criminal shit, and criminal shit happen to you, then, well, motherfucker, that's what you signed up for. You know that. You know? Like, if I'm a criminal, I'm not gonna be calling the police about criminal shit because that's fucked up. But I don't know, man. We gotta stop.
Why does it take so long for him to throw the ball?
We all gotta stop acting like we're against each other. And this is something that I hope this COVID-19 thing does, right? It brings people together temporarily because we got a crisis. In crisis,
Right.
we drop so much of the stuff that we think we believe in. It's like, oh no, I want to survive. I don't care about none of this dumb shit. But I hope we use this period of time to actually just be better people. Realize that, hey, black, red, yellow, black, or white, it don't matter, bro. That goddamn corona can get in you and do whatever it wants to you, and your skin color ain't got nothing to do with it.
Yeah, it goes back to what we was talking about earlier. Being better people and understanding that if you are a believer, that it's a test, but it has a lot of meaning behind it. And from my point of view, it means that, look, y'all need to get it together. Y'all need to understand that I'm the source, and you need to stop taking me away and start back pulling me in.
Teach his team to tell me
That's the way I view it as a Christian. But
I gotta play salary
you know.
cap. But I ain't got no coins.
Yeah, no, I'm right here with you, man. It's just all about rechecking what we're doing, checking our egos out the door, and I think that's why we have bad shit happen in life, because it just happens to you. Here's something else though that this quarantine has brought about in my brain and my mind. Is pissing me off. Is we're bored, so we use social media more. And I've talked about this already earlier about how I'm tired of all these lives and whatnot. But what I'm also tired about is because this is happening, everybody decides they want to have an opinion on stuff. And I'm such a hypocrite because I have a podcast, so I talk about stuff. So me being bothered by people having opinions is crazy because I have an opinion on stuff and I talk about it. But, whatever. I'm vain. So this has just given so many people just the room to just talk. And, they say an idle mind is the devil's workshop. And if it ain't the devil's workshop, it might be the birthplace of stupid. Because when people get bored, I swear, they just say some of the dumbest and stupidest shit. I don't think I've ever consumed so much stupid in a 2-week span in my life since we started quarantining. And we've talked about people being creative. This is a perfect time to be creative. Flood the airwaves with as much stuff as you want to because people need it. We need content. But golly, don't waste our time with stupidity. Because we're trying to advance as a people. We're trying to get better. We're reading. We're writing. We're arithmeticing. We don't need your stupid shit in the middle of it because you have a social media platform. And I think it started with the millennials because we had cell phones and smartphones and social media. But these Gen Z motherfuckers, the ones who grew up with cell phones and social media and don't know life without it, they think what they have to say actually matters. Do you understand what you say on social media does not matter? What I say on this podcast does not really matter until what you're doing is monetized and somebody's paying for it, or you're taking the words or the post and you are applying that to the real world. You're using your talks and your teachings to influence people to do better things. You do absolutely nothing. So just because you're locked in your house and you're bored and you come up with all your stupid ideas and your stupid theories does not mean now is the time to flood our brains with this because, yes, we have more time. Yes, we are learning more things because we have just time to consume stuff and a lot of us aren't working. But some of this dumb shit I just be reading, it's like, yo, shut the fuck up. No one cares what you have to say because what you say does not really matter in the grand scheme of things. Put some action behind those words and then we might care even though we probably don't.
Yeah, I mean, this is, most of the shit I see on social media, I just don't care about. But you know, if it's an effort to do something that helps people, I'm all for it. You know what I mean? We see a lot of stupid shit, and that's something we just gonna have to get used to, bro. I mean, it's just the way it's gonna be. They was posting dumb shit before, and we just on our phones a little bit more now, so we notice it. But yeah, I mean, I think people are so bored right now that
take a nap.
If you're not a non-essential worker,
take a nap.
Yeah, you know, I'm pretty sure they done caught up on their sleep. But I don't know. I feel like this shit is temporary, but it's letting us know more so about like where people stand, like who they truly are, because we are on social media 24/7. Like, damn, bro, I know me myself, all I've been doing pretty much posting is music, you know. But even that, like, people be like, oh, I didn't know you had this, I didn't know you this and that. I don't know. It's a weird time, and people gonna use it for what they love, and a lot of people love for the stupid shit.
Cause they motherfucking stupid, but that's BBS. Enough of that shit. We're gonna talk sports eventually. So I got this wild theory that I think Lil Duval and Lil Boosie, we don't call him Lil Boosie no more, are trying to really become new age sex symbols. And Boosie is just a wild, freaky Uncle Luke type nasty sex symbol. Cause he just like asking people to show off their titties for $1,000 on live. And it's like, hey, bro.
When they titties.
Like Boosie, if you want to see some...
Titties.
Huh?
It wasn't they titties.
The pussies.
Yeah, lips.
Oh, yeah, he wants to see pussy lips. But whatever. He wants to see female body parts. For one, Boosie, this is a website called Pornhub. Plenty of them. And there's another website that I've heard about called OnlyFans. And I feel like it's more personal because there's more women on there that you might actually know who got OnlyFans.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was having a conversation with a friend today, and this shorty he used to talk to said words to the effect that my next boyfriend gonna have to be okay with the OnlyFans because we definitely gonna have a couples one.
What? ain't got no shit. I ain't finna be fucking on camera. Excuse me. But I'm not.
Are you afraid of being judged?
Huh?
Are you afraid of being judged?
No. I'm just not gonna put myself out there like that.
I feel like you should live your truth. I feel like you should live your.
You know what I mean?
I feel like you should live your truth, man. And if you're comfortable having sex behind closed doors where nobody sees it, you should be comfortable having sex on camera on OnlyFans for free.
You go ahead and make you one.
I don't have sex, so my OnlyFans won't be getting no hits.
Shit, cause I'm not, and I wouldn't want my woman to do that. Maybe I'm a little old fashioned.
So you controlling. You don't want your woman to own herself and own her femininity.
She can do all that. But do you have to put it on the internet?
It doesn't change what's underneath the clothes. She's still the same person. Just more people are aware of who she is.
Yeah, but I mean, what you doing it for? If you're doing it for money, I don't need you. If you're doing it for clout, I don't need you. So,
What if she's doing it because she's comfortable?
Two reasons to do it. Like,
What if she's doing it because she's comfortable in her skin and she wants to help other women become comfortable in their skin? You know,
if you that comfortable, just go to Pornhub. How about that?
Cause some women still fuck with their clothes on with the lights off.
Who? I know.
I can't speak to that. I can't speak to that because I don't participate in those activities. But I've heard rumors that there are some women who will be like, "Hey, keep the lights off," because they're not comfortable with their body. So seeing a girl on OnlyFans who may have some of the same deficiencies in bubble guts, not bubble guts, but beer guts as they got, may make them feel comfortable just being themselves in front of a guy who they just met.
Okay. Well, if you're not comfortable enough, you shouldn't do it. You shouldn't do it. Cause I ain't, absolutely not. I want to see. I'm trying to see it. Yeah. But that's just me. That's just my preferred.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that.
Like
I'm waiting for that day when she walks down the aisle and I'll see all I want.
All right, sap ass nigga. Oh, yeah. Cinderella left her shoe in your car, didn't? Yeah.
I wish, man. I could take it back to her and find her.
I ain't said that in a long time. I ain't said didn't in a long time. Shout out to Tennessee State for fucking on my good grammar with stuff like didn't it.
I had good grammar until I started hanging out with this nigga named Chew.
Shout out to Chew. I ain't met Chew yet, but heard plenty of stories.
Shit. You want to talk a little football, a little sport? What the fuck have you been doing without sports?
Watching old sports like I'm doing right now. Watching Gary Payton steal the ball from Jordan in Game 2 of the NBA Finals.
Oh, that's
96.
not a 96. So I'll tell you what's crazy. Is I miss sports a little bit. I actually miss sports a lot. But I miss sports more for the conversation around sports than I actually do from like the game.
No, I feel you like, and maybe it's just because it's something that I do like every day, and usually it's a new topic every day. But I miss the hell out of like Colin Cowherd and even Skip Bayless talking about LeBron after he done had a bad game. You know what I mean? I just miss that. I've been listening. I even listen to like some old First Take stuff. And Skip just been hating on LeBron. We'll talk about that another day, but he been hating LeBron for a long time.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It seems personal.
I mean, he's consistent in his shit. I give him that. He's consistent. But yeah, man, I'm talking about, I don't know. I need the NBA back because LeBron finna get a ring and and another MVP. So I need
I guess I just
yeah.
like the sports media way more than I thought I did.
Man, what?
I enjoy hearing what they have to say about shit that matters. This nigga rude disrespectful. He got down playing this motherfucking man up 17-7.
No, I gotta complete the challenge.
Oh, never mind. I thought he was trying to go for a onside kick just to make a point. But he doing some challenge. So Brady's in our division now. And, do you think that he's the difference between, what was 7-9 last year, 7-7 with 2 games left, team that missed the playoffs, to being a 10-6, 11-5 team that could possibly win the division and like make a push for the NFC?
No. And I don't know. I think they're not gonna score as many points as they did with Jameis, because Jameis is just a gunslinger. They're gonna have to change the offense up a little bit. But I mean, clutch situations, you know what I mean? He's the guy for it. I just don't. I really didn't like the Tampa Bay move because I like Jameis Winston.
You're a Falcons fan. I would think you would like Jameis Winston after he handed that game to us at the end of the season.
Yeah, of course. But I mean, even before that, I know the nigga stole crab leg. But at Florida State, he could ball. And I like gunslingers, so I like Mahomes and Brett Favre and boys like that. They fun to watch. So
you're not a Matt Ryan fan, is what you're telling me right now?
Huh?
So you're telling me you're not a Matt Ryan fan?
Shit, I'd cut him tomorrow if I could.
And replace him with who?
Cam or Jameis? Hold on.
Man, look, all them picks, them motherfuckers.
I
know what you did. All them picks that Jameis be throwing, man. Come on, man. 88 picks in the last 5 seasons. Is that what we really want in Atlanta? Absolutely not.
Yeah, but
I'll tell you what's a few things that I have. The Cam and Jameis argument about which one's going to get picked up first. Stop pitting these black quarterbacks against each other. Stop. Shut the fuck up. And for some of the detractors, they're stupid too. Like, look, Cam Newton is better than 30 people in the NFL at quarterback, as is Jameis Winston. Jameis is irresponsible. He makes bad decisions often, but he makes a lot of good decisions too, and he does really well. He's really bang or bust, way more than you need it, in an unhealthy way. And neither one are built to be true backups. I do believe that. But at the same time, like, Jay Cutler was in the league, 2-3 years ago? Like, brought out of retirement? Yeah. Jay Cutler.
Yeah, come on.
And I do think those two are being unfairly evaluated, but I also think Brady's being unfairly evaluated by most. The idea that somebody who is 43, or will be 43 when football season starts in a new system, who probably won't have OTAs and will have an abbreviated minicamp, or excuse me, an abbreviated training camp, who's going to just come out with new weapons and just be on top of the world, I just don't believe it.
We're going to see.
I think these old quarterbacks are falling off. And I don't think that's something crazy to say, like the old quarterbacks are falling off. Aaron Rodgers isn't what he used to be, and I love Aaron Rodgers. I think he's the most gifted quarterback I've ever watched in my lifetime. I'm 28. I got to see a little bit more of Mahomes before I get there. I'll probably believe that in like a year with Mahomes.
He'll close damn second in my lifetime.
But then you look at Brady, Phillip Rivers washed, Big Ben, his elbow is done.
We don't know.
We don't know, but I think they're all washed. But I think they're all washed. All these niggas in their mid to late 30s, and they early to mid 40s, they're done.
You think he done?
Yes! Drew Brees has yes, he won a Super Bowl, but Drew Brees has been underwhelming in New Orleans. They had 7 to 9 seasons missing the playoffs. That's not okay.
He got the best stats ever, though.
Good for his stats. But he gets in the playoffs and he gets beat by Kirk motherfucking Cousins. He's in the red zone against the Rams and he can't get a touchdown. He goes to overtime and throws a pick. Drew Brees is getting old and he's good at the beginning of the year, but he does not look the same at the end of the year, and it's okay because he's old. There are people who say that Brady is still the same Brady and he's gonna bounce back. He can still make all these passes. Guess what he can't do and won't do? He won't sit in the pocket and take one in the fucking chest anymore. So a lot of those throws are throwaways. Whereas there used to be plays. And don't get me wrong, his brain is great. He can still be surgical with it when everything is pretty. But I just don't think that...
It just ran him bad like that. Shit ain't possible.
Right. I just think that those guys are washed. Phillip threw, what, 25 interceptions last year? He was second behind Jameson interceptions? Yeah, I think he's washed. Big Ben looked bad before the injury. I think he's not going to look any better. His draft class is done. Eli's retired. Phillip should be retired.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I think these guys have the capability of being good. They're going to put up good numbers. But I think the young guys have taken over the league. And if you don't have a young guy or a Matt Ryan-ish, Matt Stafford age quarterback, go young or go great. What Chicago did was dumb. Nick Foles is trash.
He got hurt last year. He can't go off of that.
I'm not going.
I just don't want to do that shit with Brady because it's proven how hard he works, and we've said this time and time again, and he surprised us and popped up in the Super Bowl. So I'm just gonna keep my options open.
He's popped up in the Super Bowl in, for one, the sport that is the biggest team sport that is driven by the entire team. And he played for the best team that we've ever watched. The best organization at football that we've ever seen is the one that he played for. Arguably the best coach ever is who coached him. One of the best coordinators, offensive coordinators, has been his offensive coordinator for most of his career. What the hell do you expect? Greatness.
I don't know. We'll see. He just one of the people I can't count out.
Y'all are afraid of Brady. I ain't afraid of Brady, just like I'm not afraid of Corona.
I ain't afraid of Brady. But
Terry says you were afraid of Jim.
I'm not going to count him out either, though.
That's fair, but I think the bigger conversation is like why he left. And, there's all these different stories that have came out of New England recently over the last few years, more than we had seen in like the first 17. The last 3 have been full of leaks. And there's leaking in soul building, so that means my soul has got to move. And that's why Brady left, because his soul just had to move to a building not made by Belichick's hands.
Yeah.
He had to go home to Tampa Bay. And they say the what was it? The Deflate Gators what really set Brady off initially because he felt like the organization turned their back on him. But I don't understand why he was surprised by that because he's been the mouthpiece of do what's best for the organization. The Patriot way looking out for the team. And the Patriots looking out for Tom Brady in that situation is not best for the team. If they can make it seem like Tom Brady acted alone, it may soften the blow of what the NFL gives them. Then you have the Jimmy G thing where Belichick wanted to get rid of Brady, keep Jimmy G. Which again, makes perfect football sense to me, even if Tom Brady's going to be better for the next couple of years, which we don't know that because Jimmy G just played in the Super Bowl. He's looking for the future, and it's always been about the team. So when it came down to the team, I don't understand why Brady felt slighted by any of this stuff because Belichick is looking out for what's best for the team, even if he wants to replace you with somebody who may be better than you. Or you may be better than. At this point, you're old, so we're looking at long term. Shaw, you are hell. Off with his head. But that's my take on Brady. But again, what do I know? I'm just a big motherfucking baby. Let's see.
Off with his head.
Man, I
Bill,
gotta piss, man. How you be doing this shit for hours and not piss?
well, we've been on for an hour and a half, and I usually don't go this long. I was getting ready to cut it because I got to piss as well, and I think we've talked about just about everything we need to talk about.
No, we had something else though.
What, Bill O'Brien?
No, fuck him.
Is it something important?
It was something.
Bruh,
It was something. I forgot.
bruh, it's nothing. It ain't nothing left important on here.
Talk about everything. Shit. Damn. Okay.
Yeah, we can talk about everything. I think we're good.
Yeah.
Hey,
Lawrence go fund me. That's it.
oh
Shout
yeah.
out to
Hey man, yeah man. Fuck the NCAA for not letting Trevor Lawrence do a GoFundMe and using his likeness. They let him.
Yeah, they allowed him to.
Oh, okay, well I take that back. But fuck the NCAA. But now fuck the NCAA for having all these dumbass extra rules that don't matter because they making all the goddamn money anyways. Let these young kings make money, however they make it. As long as they ain't doing it illegally. Fuck your rules. Damn them rules, but as long as they're not breaking the law, we should let these people use their platforms to be as great as possible. But thanks for coming on, Frico. Excuse me, Dino Spumoni.
Yeah. Address me. Appreciate y'all niggas. Uh, so y'all stay safe out here. Don't be in the streets. And, wash your hands, wash your ass. Don't wipe your face.
Don't smell like doo-doo.
Yeah. Just take care of your neighbor, people. That's all. Take care of your neighbor.
Love your neighbor as yourself. I don't know. But shit, man, we out here. Y'all have a good one now. Big baby hat!